Now, I believe you have already gone through all these core Java lectures, which are very, very important before you get started with Selenium, because Selenium is not a tool, as we already know. Selenium is just a project. If you are using Selenium with Java, Selenium is available in a form of a third party Java project, which was initially started by ThoughtWorks, and then later on Simon Stewart from Google, who actually designed another API, that is WebDriver. And as we know, the latest version of Selenium is 3, Selenium 3, right? And if you go to the website of Selenium, that is seleniumhu.org, and go to downloads, you'll see the very latest version as of today, that is 3.14.59 as on 3rd of January 2019, right? So from here, we are going to add all latest series of Selenium 3, right? And we're going to see what all new things that are added to the Selenium API, and what all prerequisite. We're going to start everything from scratch, right? So, but yes, it is very mandatory to for you to go through these core Java lectures, specifically the OOPS programming part, right, where we have discussed about inheritance, polymorphism, right, abstract classes, interfaces. These are very, very important because your entire Selenium API is actually based on these things, right? So after going through these lectures, and like if you go a little bit down, you'll find a section on Selenium IDE and RC. You can skip this part, right? Because Selenium IDE is related to record and play. The latest Selenium IDE, which is in Selenium 3, is not at all powerful, right? It is lacking with a lot of features. There are a lot of challenges in Selenium IDE. Although I'm going to record a video on IDE as well, but don't follow. This is only for record and play, right? At times when we are working on Selenium, then there are so many things which we need to achieve, like connecting to database, doing Excel reading and writing, maintaining our test data in Excel, generating logs. There are a number of things. We include utilities like Jenkins, like Maven. If we talk about these things cannot be achieved using record and play plugin. So that is the reason when we are working on Selenium, the entire market is using some of the programming language, right? And with Java is very widely used. After Java, the next important language is Python, and then we have C sharp and other languages, right? So Selenium has got a multi language support, which means that the project is available in all major languages, right? But since we are starting with Java, skip this RC part. RC is out of the market now, right? I will be removing this section from the course very soon. We don't need RC, right? I'll be migrating these examples on WebDriver itself, right? So maybe at times when you are watching this session, you may gonna see that the RC section is not there in the course, right? So we'll directly gonna jump on to WebDriver. So WebDriver, the prerequisite, if we talk about prerequisite to get started with WebDriver, is that you need to have JDK 1.8 or above. So still, if you have Java 6, Java 7, what you need to do, go to control panel. So right now I'm doing the entire installation on Windows. In the next section, you're gonna see I'll be doing the same installation for Mac OS as well. Right, and Mac and Linux are almost same. So over here, what all Java that you see, like I have just JDK like Java 8 on my machine. If you see Java 6, Java 7, whatever Java you see from the previous version, just click on uninstall and get rid of the entire Java, right, of an older version. And then in order to install Java, you simply need to go to Google and say download JDK 1.8. And from this link, you should be downloading the Java. So Java is by Oracle now. Initially it was Sun Microsystem, but Java is completely open source. There is no license required to work on Java. Simply you need to accept this free license agreement, and Java is available based on your operating system. Java supports almost all major operating system in the world. So if you're using Linux, you would be needing these files. For Mac, you would be needing these files. For Solaris, you'll be needing these files. I'm on Windows machine and my window is 64-bit. So you can check it by right clicking on your PC, properties, and here you see 64-bit. So if you are on a 32-bit operating system, Windows, then you need to download this exe. Java comes as a exe file. Installation is very straightforward. Just double click on this exe file, next, and Java will get installed on your machine. Right? It is very simple, like you are installing a normal software. Right? You won't face any issue. Now, while installing Java, it will generate some folders inside your C drive, program files, and you see a folder of Java over here. So if I open this, you're going to see something called as JDK and JRE. JDK stands for Java Development Kit. JRE is Java Runtime Environment. What are these two things? You need not to worry about it. We have already discussed these things in our detailed core Java session, right? So what is JDK? What is JVM, right? The initial Java introductory session covers all these things, right? So you need not to worry about what these things are at the moment. If you open up JDK, go to bin, this is where you're going to find Java. Although Java is already configured on our machine, if you go to command prompt after you install Java, if you say Java hyphen version, it should give you the current version of Java on your machine, right? But there are some crucial Java configuration that you need to do, that is setting up of environment variables. And that is very important, because later on when we will be integrating Selenium with n number of other utilities like Jenkins, Maven, then all these utilities will not going to work till the time Java is not configured globally on your machine, right? Because all these things requires Java. So what we need to do, instead of accessing Java from this location, we'll make it configured globally, right? And how to do that? We need to set up some system environment variables. So copy this path, and while you right click on your PC, there's a shortcut as well. Simply say edit, and you'll find your edit system environment variables. At times you may gonna click this one as well. See, I'm getting two things. If I click on this one, it might show you disable things. You won't be able to do anything. So make sure type edit and select the first option, and then click on environment variable. You'll see all these things enabled. Now, very first thing what I'll be doing is click on new and type a variable name. Now, variable name, I'm going to give it as Java underscore home and paste the variable value as the path of the JDK folder. Right. Now, this is a standard way of defining Java environment variables. All developers in the industries follow the same approach. So we'll be doing the same stuff. We have created a variable which is actually holding the path of JDK folder. Click on OK and you will see Java home created over here. If you go down, you'll find another variable called as path. Now this is your global system variable. If you click on edit, you'll see most of the things are already configured over here. Now you need not to do any changes to the existing configuration. This is a Windows 10 operating system. You'll find everything configured in a separate line. These are separate programs which are configured. I'll not be making any modification or deletion in this. Otherwise, it may hamper our existing running program or may corrupt the Windows as well, right? So I'll simply click on new, and at the end, I'll be writing percentage Java underscore home percentage. What this will gonna do, we have declared Java home variable over here. which contains the value of JDK folder, this will bring the JDK folder value over here. And if we talk about Java, Java is inside the bin folder. So what we need to do after this, say backslash and bin and click on OK. That's it. I've already done it over here. I'm not going to redo it. So I'll just delete it. Once you are done with it, click on OK, and Java will be successfully configured. Make sure, some people they make mistake, they create this Java home under the user variable. You will not be creating it inside user variable. You will be creating it inside system variables, right? And the other thing, on some operating system, like if you have a Windows 7 machine, you may see these things in one single line, separated by a semicolon. How? Something like this. Let's say if I go to Notepad, you'll find it configured like this. This, then a semicolon, then after this, in the same line, right? You may gonna find it like this. Like on Windows 10, we are getting it in a separate line, but on Windows 7, you may see it in one single line. If you see it in one single line, then go to end without deleting any previous configuration. Go to end, put a semicolon and type percentage Java underscore home percentage backslash bin. That's it. Only this much you need to do it in the very first line. And then click on OK, and your Java will be successfully configured. So this is the very first prerequisite, is to configure Java. The next prerequisite is that you need an editor. For editor, we would be downloading Eclipse, and then we would be needing Selenium in a form of a jar file, because we are using Selenium with Java, right? So in the next lecture, we're going to see how we can download Eclipse and which version of Eclipse to download. Thank you.